Now, you've probably heard a lot of different things about me. Distinguishing between what's real and what's not is a challenge in the year 2024. And it's probably only going to get harder as time goes on. Mass psychosis is very real, and I'm sure you all can pretty much feel it at this point. Now, people have taken my silence as an admission of guilt.
I don't even know where to begin for this one. It's just like most internet drama that dies out with the person involved. It gets pushed to the side and the person falls into irrelevancy, or they'll just be labeled as a degenerate and can no longer have a career because of it. It's like that saying I always hear from time to time. It's put the fries in the bag, bro, and have a good day at work in the fast food joint while you're at it. I don't know why they say it like that. But anyways, no matter what you do, and if the circumstance is really, really bad, people are not going to let you live it down. And in some cases, it's pretty much deserved. And in this case, it is definitely deserved. So what am I talking about this time? Well, it has to do with Mamamax, that one YouTuber whose main idea of content was trying to expose predators among other creepy things. But then one day he made some very not good choices, the big one being that he talked about this girl who was part of a vampire sex cult and was exploited by this Camden guy who was the leader of the cult. I honestly forgot how that all went down. But I do remember how Mamamax was approaching the situation and how he was trying to dox Camden's family members for the sake of justice for this poor girl, and disregards the fact that the family wasn't involved in Camden's sex cult, but now they're gonna be with all of this info that's being said out of Mamamax's big mouth.
Right? Like the mom didn't help out Camden with his potential abuse to these kids, or the brother. Like, you can't prove either of that, correct?
Correct.
Another bad thing that Mamamax was doing, he was trying to pressure bigger creators into spreading the message about how not giving enough of a shit about victims of sex crimes, specifically the victim of the vampire sex cult. Not giving a shit about it every single day is why they're part of the problem. It even gotten to the point where Mamamax wanted to interview Moist Critical, but Charlie couldn't because he had COVID, and automatically Mamamax thought that he was being ghosted by Charlie, and he made a hit piece saying that, oh, Charlie gives more of a shit about the SS Sniper Wolf drama than the vampire sex cult victim. Basically trying to guilt trip Charlie into talking about this situation. Meanwhile, Mamamax was being the Batman of YouTube when it came to the vampire sex cult situation, but he didn't try to make any effort into getting the FBI or the police involved, but he was only doing it for the sake of viewers and attention. And then he did talk about it in an apology video of his where he said that, oh, he was given different narratives about the sex cult. More sensitive information that I wanted to make public is now FBI gated. Basically making a horrible apology and deflecting all of the criticisms that was being thrown against him and try to make himself look like the victim. But hey, that's pretty common though for most YouTubers that can't handle criticisms or fucked up big time. That's Mamamax in a nutshell, though. Anyways, I saw something on my feed that Mamamax is now back on YouTube. Shout out to Samuel for my newfound knowledge about this. Mamamax has returned with a nearly 4-minute video, and the video is titled Speaking Up, something that Mamamax barely could have done.
Guys, I just want to talk.
There you go. That's how the video should have ended. Mamamax getting hit in the face by the rotten tomato from the crowd that's calling him out on his bullshit. Unfortunately, though, there's more to this.
I have to share with you over the next few uploads. It may be decades before the truth around this case comes to light. And the survivors will speak up when they are ready. But I would like to start uploading again. Now, you've probably heard a lot of different things about me. Distinguishing between what's real and what's not is a challenge in the year 2024. And it's probably only going to get harder as time goes on. Mass psychosis is very real, and I'm sure you all can pretty much feel it at this point. Now, people have taken my silence as an admission of guilt. That is not the case. I was simply respecting the wishes of those I was advocating for. But I am not the monstrous villain that I've been caricaturized as. I don't care. I don't care who says I'm doing this for money or clout. I have lost that, and I'm still doing this work.
Buddy's really gonna put all of this on mass psychosis. The same people that were calling him out for being manipulative to other people that didn't even want to engage with the sex cult drama. To Mamamax, though, they're part of the problem. But when he's called out on his faults, he's like, oh, these people you see that are calling me out, it's all mass psychosis. There's a literal difference between mass psychosis and basic criticisms for bad takes, okay? A reasonable person would have just made the whole situation at the time better for everyone. For example, not getting too butthurt that a famous creator like Moist Critical didn't hear about your agenda, or get the FBI involved in the beginning, or maybe like any sensible person who's in trouble for their fuck-ups, take accountability. I've said this before, I'll say it again. While it's unfortunate that not everyone is going to talk about a sensitive topic like sex crimes, it's not always a good matter to force it onto others that don't even know how to deal with it, or if they even want to deal with it to that extreme. Especially with someone as irritable and unhinged as Mamamax.
Because it truly matters, because it is very important work.
Like I said, if it was important enough to go to the FBI, then it should have gone to the FBI from the start. Just saying.
We need to refocus our conversations on future generations that are facing multiple global threats that we are all perpetuating. And there's so much work we have to do to help them. So if you take away one thing from this channel, let it be this. Crimes against children remains one of the most devastating sources of injustice and suffering for humanity. That is a fact. So yes, absolutely call the police when you have been harmed or your children have been harmed. However, that is just the first step in a very long and difficult process that most victims give up on, and most children go without seeing justice. However, we can rebuild the infrastructural issues with law enforcement and legal processes to ensure more kids are getting restorative justice that they deserve. And hopefully one day we can prevent crimes from happening to children at all.
And how much effort was used from the FBI's part in putting this Camden ambassador away, huh? Like, how many of the interviews with the Camden victims, like Spencer's story, was gonna go to the official detective agencies? Not a YouTube channel with 700,000 subscribers, and the number keeps on going down as I speak. Or is this same YouTuber gonna be the detective to help the same people that are exploited for sex while disregarding the need to actually submit the evidence and testimonies to the FBI? You know what I'm talking about? The same evidence and interviews about the sex cult from the victims that can put Camden behind bars. Because I don't even know if the ringleader named Camden is even behind bars right now. The Camden guy is probably still living in his hidey hole while Mamamax is coping over the fact that his mini detective agency of a YouTube channel is going down the shitter because he couldn't provide any sort of explanation. Whatever Mamamax's intentions was to get info on this cult and the Spencer victim, you know, for the sake of combating sex crimes or really doing it for the clout, the fact of the matter is there's not enough effort to actually get this Camden guy behind bars. So I highly doubt the next person that Mamamax wants to help is going to contribute to the stigma of stopping sex crimes. If it's not going to be another clout farm, it's just going to be a low-effort, non-consistent story like the Camden sex vampire cult, whatever the fuck you call it. I'm calling it crazy right now. That's what I'm calling it. And as you can see here, the like to dislike ratio is pretty low, so it's safe to say that this video was horrendously bad. He's still trying to raise money for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and so far the goal is $200. Look, I'm up for donating to serious causes, but this ain't gonna fix Mamamax's career or reputation. Honestly, what good is there to come back from all of this? You lied to your fans about the cult for views, you pressured bigger creators by guilt-tripping them into your cause, and then you try to deflect criticism and responsibility for your fuck-ups. Have you ever heard of the phrase, fake it until you make it? It doesn't work out for you in the end, okay? Especially if you're handling a sensitive, serious topic like Mamamax is here. And he didn't handle it well, actually. Didn't take responsibility at all, and now he's expecting us to give him the benefit of the doubt. Sorry, Mamamax, it's kind of too late for that for you now. Best case scenario, you go off the grid, you go off the internet for the rest of your life, and you try to find a better job with whatever sense of morality you have left. And that's if they don't recognize you at the place. I mean, who wouldn't recognize that certain YouTube vigilante that was trying to help out people in dire straits, but then came off as a dummy when he was trying to find out the right information about the serious topic that he was handling for those same people, but then was called out on it, tried to deflect the criticisms that he was being called out for, and now he ends up as the biggest commentary scapegoat for everyone out there. Let Mamamax be a lesson on why that type of thing should be handled by real professionals and not YouTube viewer hungry sharks. And yeah, thank God I found a decent topic here to discuss. I was about to quit commentary before I found Samuel's post. No, I wasn't. For real though, shout out to this Samuel guy for the topic. That's all I gotta say for the most part. If you enjoyed my take, like the video, subscribe with the bell on, and comment your thoughts. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.